After stripping this vintage steam engine, I realised that the clean-up job is just too much for me. I have in the past had stuff sandblasted, well, bead blasted, and I wasn't very impressed with the result. It actually damaged the maintenance faces. Now, a friend of mine uses this company called Northeast Blast Off, and they do vapour blasting. Now, I'm here with Adrian, and Adrian's going to explain a little bit about how the vapour blasting works, the difference between that and sandblasting, and then we're going to try blasting some of my castings and see what sort of results we can get. Right, Adrian?
Yeah, no problem. Obviously, as you'll all be aware, sandblasting quite harsh, good for hard stuff, metals, old stuff like this, paint. You know, you just want to get it off and be done. The vapour blasting's a much gentler process, much gentler. It's water based. It uses a media mixed, creates a slurry and washes things clean rather than hammers them with an abrasive compound. And we use two. We've got a ceramic, which is quite hard, gives a matte finish, but we use a very fine glass bead, which particularly for aluminium parts gives a nice shiny smooth finish, which we find is very desirable, particularly in the restoration business where people are looking for a nice factory finish to their engine parts. So that's what we use predominantly, is the glass mixed with the water, and it's backed up with a bit of compressed air, so the harder bits we can clean a bit easier. And pretty much that's all there is to it, water and glass bead. So that's the ceramic bead. It lasts a long time, it's very expensive, but it gives a very matte finish, which some people don't like. This is what we tend to prefer, which is the glass bead. It's a very, very fine glass, as you can see, almost like talcum powder, and that's why it gives such a nice finish. It doesn't last as long, but it gives, for the restoration business and hobbyist, it gives a much, much nicer, more desirable finish. So the cabinet itself is about 1 metre by 1 metre. In the bottom, there's a hopper, which has the slurry in it, which is predominantly water, with about 30 kilos of the glass bead that you've just seen. It comes through this gun. There's tungsten carbide nozzle. It mixes it, comes through here, and is backed up with compressed air. And you can vary the pressure, and you just move it around and blast it clean, and that's as simple as that.
Right, so this young lady here is Jill, and she's the person that does all the blasting. The part that Jill's has blasted, that's the cylinder end cover, or the cylinder head. It's made out of cast iron. It really has cleaned it up nicely. You can see all the nasty defects and faults in it now. And those are little brass studs. It's cleaned them up, but there's no damage at all to the threads. It's cleaned the thread up in there. That's the thread that we can't identify. But basically, once that gets a coat of primer on, and then it's nice brush coated finished paint, it's going to be, well, I've got nothing else to do to it, that's it. This is the engine slide valve cover. I was concerned about the inlay, this brass inlay, but after seeing what happened, I've got no concerns at all now. It's quite badly rusted, there's a little bit of oil on it. Quite badly pitted, there's some really hard gasket material on here. So Jill's going to clean this. I'll try and get a little bit of video of her doing it, and then we'll have a look at the end result.
there's tiny bits here where the paint is really thick. And rather than just keep on blasting, I'm just going to have a little pick while Adrian does another part, and then I'll come back to it and finish it off. So it's perfect.
Perfect. It is, absolutely. I was worried in case it damaged the bronze, but it really has cleaned it up nice.
Yeah.
I think that could be glue.
Oh,
that could well be glued on. Turn it over. Yeah, it must be glued on, there's no sign of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you think that that's a 100-year-old piece of cast iron that was really rusty and it's come up, and no damage, that's the thing. I mean, I can well repair that now. The way it is, that's absolutely spot on. I'm sure you'll agree that the finished article is, it's much better than I thought it would have been. I'm really, really happy with it. I can't thank Adrian and Jill enough. I'm going to put a link in the description box to their company. If you want any blasting doing, I'm sure they'll be more than happy to hear from you. And all you've got here is basically a husband and wife company, a small little business, and you will be looked after. Anyway, once again, thanks for watching. A friend of mine who restores vintage go-karts, fucking hell.
I'll turn this donkey as it comes up.